As a special treat, his father, something Birchman, gosh, a bag of mango was a walker to carry, especially when this pistol was already loaded with other goods. So he would jet the mango into the spoke of his bicycle. Well, when Sylvia ran to greet him, he could see the green skinned mango spinning gaily in a blur as his father pedaled. Sylvia would take a mango from these books almost before his father had dismounted. His mother would bail it for him. It's J.C. inside the same color as her headscarf. She would slice the flash away from the big flat set. Sylvia loved the sweet slice, but his favorite part was the set. There was always plenty of fruit that clung stubborn to the set. He would nibble and sick at it to get every last share, making it last for hours. There were no mango among the fisherman's great story, but sucking on his piece of sugar can reminded Sylvia of those happy times. He wondered if he would ever again see his father reaching a cycle with mango in this book. As the sun touched the horizon, the fisherman abruptly went into year 10. They weren't really 10, just wet mosquito, nothing hung or dripped to make a splash. So they could lie down inside, not one fisherman stayed to talk or eat more or do anything else. It was almost as if they all vanished at the same moment. Only a few moments later, mosquito rose up from the water, from the reed, from everywhere. A dark cloud of them appeared, their high-pitched wail filling the air. Thousands, maybe millions of hungry mosquitoes missed so thickly that in one perch Sylvia could have ended up with a mouthful if he wasn't carefully, and even if he was, they were everywhere, in his eyes, nose, ears, on every part of his body. The fishermen stayed in their nets the whole night long. They had even dug channel from inside the nest to just buoyant them so they could errant without having to leave their little tent. It didn't matter how often Sylvia thought at the mosquito or the one shoot killed dozens at a time for every one he killed. It made that hundred more swarmed into thick its plus, with their high-sinking Gwen constantly in his area. Sylvia slept and waved at them in frustration all night long. No one in the group got any sleep. The mosquito made sure of that. In the morning, Sylvia was covered with bed. The worst one were in the exact middle of his back, where he couldn't reach to scratch. Those he could reach to, he scratched into the blade. The travellers got into a boat one more time to bed Dale from the island to the other side of the Nile. The fisherman had warned the group to take plenty of water for the next stretch of their journey. Sylvia still had the current that the old woman had given him. Others in the group had got 2 or plastic bottles, but there were some who did not have a continue the chore stripped from their clothing and soaked them in a desperate attempt to carry at least a little water with them ahead. Warned the group to take plenty of water for the next stretch of their journey. Sylvia still had the guard that the old woman had given him other, and the group had gourds too, or plastic bottles, but there were some who did not have a country. The char strip from their clothing and soaked them in a desperate attempt to carry at least a little water with them. Ahead lay the most difficult part of their journey, the Acopto Desert. Sylvia had never seen anything like the desert around his village, Luna Artica. Enough grass and storage grow to feed the grazing cattle. There were even trees, but here in the desert, nothing green could serve except an irrigated access poacher which somehow through the long winter mounted with almost no water. Uncle said it would take 3 days to cross the Akop. Sylvia's shoes stood no chance against the hot, stony desert ground. The soles made from rubber chair Trude had already been ready to share health together with a little leader and a great deal of hope. After only a few minutes, Sylvia had to kick off the flapping shirt and continue barefoot. The first day in the desert felt like the longest day Sylvia had ever lived through. The sun was relentless and eternally there was neither wisp of cloud nor whiff of a breath for life. Each minute of walking in that red heat felt like an hour. Even breathing became an effort. Every breath Sylvia took seemed to drain straight rather than stretch it. Jordan got his feet, his lips because correct, and perhaps Uncle continued him to make the water in his gourd last as long as possible. It was the hardest thing Sylvia had ever done, taking only teeny sips when his body cried out for hug gulps of their question life-giving water. The worst moment of the day happened near the end. Sylvia stumbled his part two on a rock, and his whole family come off. The pain was terrible. Sylvia tried to bite his lip, but as he lowered his head and the truth began to follow. So he was crying so hard that he could hardly get his breath. He could not think, he could barely see. He had to slow down, and for the first time on the long journey, he began to lag behind the group, stumbling about blindly. He did not notice the group drawing farther and farther ahead of him. As if by magic, Uncle was suddenly at his side. "Sylvia Mawen, that Arika," he said, using Sylvia's full name loud and clear. Sylvia lifted his head to sobs, interrupted by surprise.